Okay. Looks like my image is still saving there, but otherwise it's fine. I hope you can see a list of questions that I'm having where we are going to be talking more about financial maths. Most importantly, we're going to be looking at the VAT, value added tax, calculations related to discounts, and most importantly, whether you've made a profit or a loss. Very, very much important on that one. So maybe without wasting much of our precious time, I would like to just, let's see, maybe very quickly just check if the screen is sharing. Just want to make sure that this comes out exactly the way it's supposed to be, the same way as the other lessons. Okay, then it's fine. I'll just continue with the hope that it is indeed sharing. Maybe let me check, because as I'm doing this, I'm also live and can just quickly verify. Oh, yes. I am having everything in order. Okay, then it's fine. A pair of headphones costs 400 rands, excluding VAT, where VAT is 15%. So now what they want you to do is find the VAT amount and also the total price. What a question. What a question. Okay, then it's fine. Let's just, I'm not sure. Is it a deep breath? Maybe it is a deep breath. And just look at this question again. Say a pair of headphones costs 400. Okay, 400. And this excludes VAT. Okay. And then VAT is 15%. Okay, then it's fine. So what they want you to do is to find the VAT amount and the total price. Okay, I think it makes sense, because if it costs 400, the amount that you're going to pay, it's going to be an extra of 15%. So what the question wants is two things. What is that extra amount that you are going to add? And also, what will the total be? Which will be the price, now including VAT. Okay, I think it makes sense. Okay, so let's see. So that means with us doing the calculations, let's firstly try to calculate VAT to say what exactly is that 15%. Remember, percent means out of 100. So I'll therefore say, what is 15% of that 400? And you punch it on your calculator, it should give you the amount. So 15% of that 400, let's see, it's equals to 60. So that means an extra that you will need to pay, it is 60 rands. That is an extra that you're going to pay. So I think you would agree to say the total will therefore have to be that 400 that you plus it by that extra amount as a result of VAT, and this should be 460 rands, and that should be the end of it. Hope you would agree with me on that calculation. Okay, so I'll just cancel that and say, okay, it is just that. Okay, the second calculation, let's see. Now they say a microwave costs 1,200 including VAT, whereby again VAT is 15%. Now they say find the VAT amount. Don't fall in the trap of making a mistake when it comes to this one. It could be tricky, but I would like for you to just be aware of something. To say, when an amount includes VAT, it means you have paid 100% plus an extra of 15%. Let's just interpret it this way. You say, if something costs whatever amount, in this case, it is 1,200, and that 1,200, it includes VAT. So that means you've paid 100% plus an extra of 15%, which means in total, in a form of a percentage, you have just paid 115%. That's how much you have paid. So I hope that part alone makes sense, because if you can fully understand this part, just trust me when I say you will find it very, very much easy to do the calculation. So the question now is, how are you therefore going to do the calculation of the VAT? So we will therefore say VAT will be equals to that 15% that you paid. What is it out of that? Yes, this is the 15%, which is for the VAT, out of what you have paid being that much. Therefore, you just take that 15 out of that. All that you do is just to multiply it by that amount, which is 1,200. What will the answer be? Let's quickly check. So that's where it starts. If you can just understand that first part, then it shouldn't be complicated. So that would be a calculation that includes VAT being included. So what we are getting now, it is that 156.52 cents. So that should be the answer if we find the VAT amount. I'm just trying to indicate that, okay, you have paid an extra by 15%. So the calculation, for you to take a shortcut, if you can do this, trust me when I say you avoid those lengthy calculations where you calculate this, and then after you find this, you have to subtract it from this, then you do that. This would be a shortcut of doing it. Maybe very quickly, and just verify something there and say that. Okay. Let us now prove if this way of doing it is correct. I've just find an easy way of proving it to you. Remember that first question where we made the calculations to say, okay, you had 400 Rand, which was added by 15%, and then we ended up having what? A total of 460, whereby the VAT amount was 60 rands. So I'm just trying to say, let's try to do that same calculation. So that means in this case, it will therefore be 15 over 115 of that 460. It's like I'm saying you have paid 15 Rand, 15% extra for you to get to 460. So you do that ratio, you multiply it by that, expect an answer which will be 60. If it gives you 60, then you know that method it is straightforward and it's a shortcut. So just punch that and expect to get 60. Okay, then it's fine. Moving on to the next question. Here, they are talking about a jacket that costs 900 rands and it is discounted by 20%. Okay. It is a jacket which costs 900 rands. Okay, that's fine. And it is discounted by 20%. Now they say find the sale price. Let's try to think about it. A jacket costs 900. Nay, it is discounted by 20%. So now find the sale. Oh, the sale. So that means we are looking for the lesser amount. It is 9,000, but we will give you a discount of 20%. So find the sale price. It is the new price being the discounted price. So it looks like, in other words, the sale price should actually be equals to, would it not be that 900 where you minus 20% of that 900? I think this is what it is going to be. I definitely think this is what it is going to be. Maybe let's find 20% of 900. So 20% of 900 would be that in terms of a calculation, which will be, let's see, 20 out of 100 will be multiplied by that. It gives 180 rands. It gives 180 rands. Okay, and then that means we will take the original price minus it by that discount amount, and then we will get the sale price. Okay, because it is on sale, which means the sale price will therefore be equals to, it should be 900 that you minus it by 180, which will be equals to 720 years. 720. Very, very much important that you write that up because it is the money that we are talking about here. So, yes, this is how you would work it out. Okay, I think that one, it was a straightforward question. So now they talk about a shop that buys a bicycle for 2,500. Okay, and sells it for 3,000. Top up. Okay, find the profit and the profit percentage. I think in terms of the profit, we can easily see what the profit is, of which it's that extra that you make from the sale or from selling that. Okay. Okay. Then it's fine. Let's see. So obviously, in terms of the profit, it's a straightforward calculation. We say profit will obviously be equal to the original price, not the original, but the price at which you are selling it, you minus it by that which you bought it. Okay, so in other words, like we're just saying 3,000 and then you minus that 2,500. And then what will that be? Definitely, without punching on a calculator, it would be 500. This is the profit that you make, an extra that you make by selling it from the price that you used to buy it. Okay, then it's fine. So now we need to know to say, in terms of a percentage, what is that profit that you are making? For example, if you buy something for 50 rands, you sell it for 100 rands, then it means your profit is 50 rands. And in terms of a percentage, it is 50%. So what about this one? So this is how you would therefore calculate that percentage and say the profit percentage will therefore be equals to that profit amount divided by. You therefore divide it by that 2,500, and then you multiply it by 100. What will this be? So this will tell you that profit that you make, but in a form of a percentage. To say as a percentage, you are making this much profit. So you say 500, you divide it by 2,500, then you multiply it by 100, you get 20. So that means it is actually 20% profit that you made from that profit of 500. So it's like from 2,500, you will just say, I'm selling bicycles for 2,500. And if you want to make a profit of 500, just increase it by 20%. Yes, something of that nature. Okay, then it's fine. Not that much of a complicated calculation to do. You just need to try and interpret it to say, okay, if I bought this for this much and now I'm selling it for this much, that means in terms of profit, I've actually added 20% to the original price. Okay, so now, is it the last question? Looks like the last question that we are having there, where we talk about a shop buys a radio for 800, okay, and sells it for 680. Yo, there's a loss there, most. Why would you buy it high and then you sell it low? Okay, find the loss and the loss percentage. Okay, it looks like we're doing the opposite of what we did there, because what is it? In terms of the loss will come from you saying, I bought this thing 800, and then now I'm selling it for 680. So you bought it high, you buy it. You bought it high, you sell it less. So 800 minus 680, it gives you 120. Yes. Yes. So now you need to convert this to a percentage. Same calculation. So you will say loss percentage. In this case, it will therefore be that 120 rands you divided by that 800. You always work with the original amount. So now you will therefore multiply it by 100 because you want to convert it to a percentage. So let's see what we get. We get 180 that you divided by 100, 800. And then on the side, you're going to multiply it. Multiply it by what? You will therefore multiply it by 100 and you get 15%. Okay, you get 15 on your calculator, but just remember to say a percentage there. So that would be the end of it, where you've just calculated the loss in a form of an amount and also in a form of a percentage. Yes, I think that should be the end of it, and I believe you are possibly ready for some more problems to work on. Okay, then it's fine. I think I'll leave it here and say